Hello, this is Pauline from Pauline Art Stuff, and I am back for the next color along in this lovely book by Nelco Neco called A Story of a Precious Cat. And this time around we will do the page that has been picked by Amy Ward Arts group on Instagram. And it is this lovely ice cream page that won the voting. So that's the one that we will be doing today. So before I start, I always protect my pages. So I've got like a piece of carton behind it and I clipped it to the paper. But I got always a few more so I can put my palette on the other side to protect the paper below it. And then I've got another one to the right of me where I can put down my brushes and all that stuff. So everything is nice and protected. I'm using Craftamo brushes, which are called like this. And they do collaborations with artists. And the artist that I've got a set from is Chris Hong. He's a favorite artist of mine. And as you can see, I have a one flat brush, a 6 round and a 2 round. And I usually never end up using this one. But because there's so many like mini tiny details, I might use it for those. But if I can get away with using this one, I will. So the big one I only use to make the page wet. So let me pull up my sleeves and let's get started. Let's dive in, people. I've missed this book. Can you notice? All right, let's start by making the paper wet from top to bottom. So I'm just wiping water on it so it's a bit damp. So that's what I always like to start with. And then you can see the paper already move a little bit because it's like swelling up because of the water, which is completely fine because it will dry up really quick anyway. So even if it's a bit wet now, it will be dry by the time we get to the point that we want to be. So don't worry about it too much. Like it's now a little bit bubbly. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's how I want it. So I'm going to start with the floor. I want it to be a nice sunny day with a warm salmony, yellowy, orangey floor with some pinks in the shadows, maybe some purples even in the shadow. So I'm going to use my round number 6 and let's get started. So I'm going to add some water to my palette. I'm going to take some lemon. Let me just take that. I've written down the names finally. We're going to take some Naples Yellow Light C202, which is this one. So I'm going to grab some of that pigment. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to take quite a lot because I like this color. Add a little bit more water. Clean the brush. And I'll take the next color that I would like, because I like this is way too yellow by itself. So I like using this lemon sienna, the B324 as well. So let's put it there. Let's activate it. Oh, lemon sienna, that's that one, yes. So that's also a really light tone, but it's like way more neutral than the yellow that we just took. So I'm now just putting my brush in it to activate it with some water. So I get some pigment from it because I barely use it. I usually go for like the Naples yellow, but I want to use that one today. And I'm probably going to mix them like at some point. But for now, I'm going to keep them separate and see how that goes. Okay, clean the brush. I'm now also going to take this umber tone, the A334. So this is me preparing my palette with colors that I would love to use. Let's see, umber is the 6th color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This one? I think it should be this one. All right, let's activate it and put it down there. Beautiful tone. So yeah, this is what I like to do before I even start. Just put my colors on my palette and then get started. So I want a pink. I always love to use the rose red. So let's do it again today. So we're going to put that down here and let's activate that one. It's my favorite pink tone from this palette. Since I've got this watercolor, like I bought this one last year I believe as an upgrade from my previous watercolor that were like really chalky, and I really like the Paul Rubin, but I found out that they are not open stock. So I couldn't replace the pigments that are almost out. Like my white is getting pretty low. So I decided to upgrade my watercolors to a different brand. Let's see, I want the turquoise light, E292 on my palette. Nice blue green tone, as you can see, beautiful. That's more than enough. I want a green tone, so I'm going for malachite green, which is this one, I believe. Yes, I like that as well. Nice bright green. There we go. Let's put some water next to it. All right, that's that one. And let's see, what else did I not have yet that I might want? For now, I think I'm good. But if I need any more, we will see. So let's get started. I'm going to put this to the side. And let's get started, because right now it feels just a little bit damp. You know, it's a bit cold to the touch, and that's exactly what I want. So we're going to start with the yellow tone in the foreground, because I want the light hitting them from the front. So I'm just going to, let's see if it's clean. No, it's not clean. My brush is not clean yet. 1 second. Let's wash it. And let's get started. Okay, now it should be clean. Let me wipe it off just in case. It's still not clean. See, still green coming off. Sometimes it helps to do it like this. Alright, now we're gonna get started. And I'm just gonna put like a layer down like so. Not being too precise about it. Just like all around the characters, not on top of the characters. Wipe that away. Let's put that clip down a little bit, because we're gonna only do the street right now. And then afterwards, like, let me take some of this pigment. And then after we've done the street, we're gonna come back in with a different tone. Looks a bit green, don't you think? Don't know if I like that much, but let's see what happens. Like, this is just a base for now, and I'm gonna go over it with different tones. Let's wipe off that leg. That's the leg of the toy. Okay, I think that's more than enough yellow. Let's go into this, hold up, that was C202, yes. That one is Lemon Sienna B324. So let's go over it on the edges. So this is more like a sand tone, as you can see, which is perfect. So let's go below the cat and around the cat. And let's put some on the paper. I wanted nice and warm tones, this one. And we're gonna go for nice pastel tones as well. So just so that you are aware that that's the planning for today. Keeping it light and fresh. I did not take a green for the leaves, actually. I took a warm, like a really bright green, but not really a green. So we should also activate that in a second. But for now, let's leave it. Let's see, that's all veggies. So that one doesn't need any yellow. This is just a nice base, so I'm also gonna add it a little bit over here. And it doesn't matter that I put it on the chair, because they're gonna be a warm brown anyway. So I will actually on purpose go over them to make them this a lovely tone. Let's also do the same with these. So we've got a light layer of this color on it. And that one as well. As you can see, I'm not being completely like precise, you know, I'm just doing whatever. As long as it has roughly a little bit of color on, it's fine. Because I will go around it anyway. Like, then we have the card, which I want wood and a color. So I'm probably gonna add this a little bit on this part for some light. And we're running out of color already. Let me grab some more. Looks like a really dirty color for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a nice neutral tone. I want those effects. Probably gold. But for now, we're just gonna do it like this. There we go. That's probably enough. I missed the part behind the cat, actually. So let's add some more on, just so that it's nice and wet. Okay, let's go for the rose red, which is B212. Let's put it into the Naples Yellow Light C202 for like this more salmony pink tone. You see what I mean? Beautiful tone. And we're going to use that right next to it. So yeah, let's just add it all next to the spine a little bit. All right, let's grab the pigment and let's work it into the other tone next to it. Like so. It will just blend itself out into the other tone that we used previously. So it looks less harsh. Like it looked really bad when you pick up this, but then once you mix it up and spread it about, it looks lovely. As you can tell. And yeah, I'm going over items and I don't care, because I will come back with other tones like on those items anyway. I just want to get a base layer down. Like next to the cat, I'm a little bit more careful because I don't want him to be messed up, but everything else, like the table and that kind of stuff, I'm not really fussed with going over it that much. That's why I also never use masking fluid, because I just accept the fact that I will go over parts and I'll just accept it and take it for what it is. If I wouldn't like it, then I would actually cover it up, but I don't mind it at all. So therefore, like, let's mix up a little bit more. So let's take a little bit more of that. Let's clean the brush. Let's take a little bit of that. And there we go. We got more of our beautiful tone. And there we go. Can continue. So yeah, I really like light layers of watercolor, light tones as well. And then when you come back with the pencils later, when it dries up, you have a much easier time shading everything, because everything is a light undertone. And yeah, you can just add the shading with your colored pencils instead of with watercolor. Like you could do it with watercolor, but then you might want to do like several layers. So you want to do one layer, let it dry, do a next one, do a next one, and bring in the shadow and stuff like that, which I also sometimes do. But in this book, I usually just do it like this, you know, a base, and then I'll come back in with the pencils. That's how I've been doing almost the entire book, except for like 1 page or 2 pages maybe. I think the first one in the book, the introduction page, that one I did with just pencil, and I did the pirate page with just pencil. So those are the two that I didn't like do what I'm supposed to do, which is watercolor and pencils. Okay, let's mix up a little bit of the rose red with the, what is it, umber A334. Let's add some water, clean the brush, and then I'll mix in this tone, which is the lemon sienna B324. So we get a little bit of a darker shade even, that's more like a reddish brown. I'm gonna add this on the top here. There's also a flower pot. I think that could be nice with something like mixed with those two. But for now, I'm gonna work with this one. Like this is a wall, but there's also a wall going like this. It's pretty confusing. Like there's a line going here, but there's another line going that way. So maybe it's like a little ledge, you know, like a little heightened wall, retainer wall, or if you know what I mean. I'm just gonna make it darker underneath, like so. And I'm also going to do that on the side over here. Make this part darker as well. Let's add a little bit in of the umber A334. Just dab it in like so on this side. So I don't know what that's supposed to be. So let's just dab it in like this, and maybe a little bit on the left side like that. Yes, I really like that. Let's also do some of that underneath the wagon. So this is the umber A334. Just a tiny smidge underneath it, like so. Because we will also use these colors on the wheels of the wagon as our wood tone. I see I forgot that one completely, but that's fine. Like, this is probably a building. I don't know what this is. Is this also the stone? It might be. Let's add in that other color that we mixed up, which is our red, rose red, the lemon sienna, and the umber mixture. We're also adding that there. And let's add some more of that also underneath. Something like this, I guess. All right, I like that. I think this is too green yellow. I don't know why, but it's green yellow. I don't like it that much, but it's okay. Yeah, maybe I could have better done it with the lemon sienna, but it's fine. It will look fine once it's done. I want to do the skin tone of the cat, but before I do that, I think I'm first going to do like the building and the cart, because I think I want this one like a minty blue kind of thing, and then maybe the building like more minty green, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I want to do that one minty green. So I've got like the malachite green, and I got the turquoise light, which is actually separating into multiple colors, as you can see. So this one with white will be more like a blue minty color, which I really like. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna add in some water here. I'm gonna add it here, and I just take a little bit of that one. Like, you get this really bluey color, but that's not what I want. I want more of a greeny tone. So instead of just leaving it like this, I'm gonna clean my brush. I'm gonna take some of the malachite green that I've got over here, which is malachite green A602. So a little bit. Goes a long way, and then you get like this beautiful green tone, which is nice and deep, but I want it a little bit lighter. So add some water, clean the brush, and let's use it. So you can either make your colors lighter by adding more water, or you add like the white to get more of an opaque tone, but I'm usually doing it with the white, but because my white is running out, I'm now instead using more water for like a similar effect. So let's add this in on the card and spread it about a little bit. And there we go. Yeah, I like this tone. Gorgeous light minty blue. Especially what I wanted. Turquoisey blue tone. My favorite. But yeah, like I just told you, I've upgraded my watercolors to a different brand because I couldn't get these open stock. But that doesn't mean that I will change up the watercolors that I will use for this book. Like, I will still use these watercolors, these Paul Rubin, all the way till the book is done. So don't you worry, I won't change it up. So that you are aware that that's not something I will do. So you don't have to worry about that. I will probably use them in my other books, but for this one I will stick to the Paul Rubin. But yeah, I did upgrade. And I'm really happy that I did, because now I can get them open stock. But probably I don't have to get anything for like a long time. Maybe next year. Like, hopefully it will take me a year or so before I run out of any color. I hope even longer. Yeah, I really like that tone. So now for the building, I think I would like a more dark green tone from like this. So I'm gonna add in this tone or that one. What shall I do? Because that is like a deeper version of that one. Let's add that one, the turquoise deep, D182. Let's do that one. That is this color. So yeah, I actually heard about a story about someone who was contacted by Paul Rubin on many occasions. I'm going to mix it in that mixture. So we've got a darker tone. And they asked her to like work with her, you know, for promoting their stuff, basically. And she said no. She said no and declined the invitation to work together. She's like using all kinds of watercolor, also the high-end ones like Daniel Smith, all those, you know, all those big brands, the ones that are pretty expensive. And in the end, like, they reached out a couple of times and she kept saying no because she just didn't want to, you know. She was not interested. And then at some point, don't even know exactly when this happened or who it was, but they stole her content from her YouTube, in which she was using like a Daniel Smith or something, like, you know, not even their brand. And they pretended that she was working with their watercolors to promote their own stuff without even asking her permission to use her content. Because she kept saying no, they were like, well, if you don't want it, we'll just take it. Apparently, that's how they roll. So I was really shocked by that news, that that's what they did to her. And I'm like, wow, a big brand like Paul Rubin does that to a creator? I'm like, no, thank you. That gave me a sour taste in my mouth, you know, like, why the heck would you do that? If you're like a big brand now, everybody loves your products, and then you just mess it up, like doing like that? Like, no. I don't like it. So I'm actually happy that I upgraded my watercolors to a different brand so that I will not make any commercials for them anymore, because I hate it when like companies do that to an illustrator or artist, you know, like to anyone basically. Like, stealing is not okay. Okay, let's do a little bit more of that dark tone because I think it's too light. Let's add a bit more. So yeah, that is all I had to say about that, because I'm not gonna get into the details of who it was, because I don't even remember. I saw it on Instagram somewhere a couple of days ago, and I was shocked because I never expected that to happen. But yeah, I guess people agreed. Just don't understand why you would do that to yourself. Like, you build up your brand name, you've got a good product going for you, and then you mess it up by doing something so stupid. Yeah, make it make sense, people. It doesn't make sense. It's not right. Alrighty, I like that. Let's add a little bit more over there. And then leave it alone. So yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. You get surprised by companies that you didn't know would do something like that. Just gonna add a little bit in this corner, like as a shadow. That's it. Okay, let's clean the brush because I think that's more than enough. All right, let me remove those tones with a wet wipe. Come on. I got like wet wipes that I like to use to clean off my palette in between. If I don't need a color anymore, I'll just clean it up like this, roughly. It's beautiful. Okay, let's get started on the leaves. Let's do some leaves. I want the Hooker's Green Brilliant C183. I've not grabbed that yet, so we're going to place that over there. So yeah, I was so surprised, but I'm happy that I'm moving away from them, except for this book, of course, because I will still use them in this book all the way up till my book is finished. But after that, I'm not sure if I want to still use this palette or not, or if I will give it away, or I've got no idea yet. Because it will take me 3.5 years to finish this book. So that's how long I will still have this palette to work in this book. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Like, I always hate it when stuff like that happens and you like using that product and you really like that product as well. Like, why would you do something stupid? Like, I'm promoting you, you know? Like, why would you like break the trust between your audience and the company? Like, I don't get it. There's many creators that would have loved to work with them and they just do this instead. Like, I don't get it. Like, now nobody wants to work with them probably after hearing this. Yeah. So yeah, I upgraded my watercolor palette and I bought like the Russian brand White Nights and I bought these watercolor tubes and I literally bought every color that I love, which are a lot of them. So yeah, I did that. And then I also bought some granulating watercolors, also like a few by White Nights, because I wasn't a fan of most of them. I did buy also some Holbein granulating watercolors. I really like those. They're really pretty, like pink and orangey and like turquoise ones or blue, I believe even. And yeah, I've bought watercolor tubes for all of them. I bought like a separate palette from White Nights that like can contain 5 rows of paint pens, like those little ones. I use half pens so I can use more colors in my palette. And I've been busy filling them up for the last 2 weeks or so. But yeah, it takes time because you have to fill them up like halfway. Then you need to dry them, make sure there's no air in them. Wait a couple of days, do it again, let them dry again. And because it was so hot and humid here in the Netherlands in the last month, it's still not dry yet. So it also has some cracks because of it, because it was so hot. It's still humid, so it's not drying as good as I would like. But yeah, I'm really happy with my purchase. So they're still drying to the side of me, but I can't wait to use them, especially the granulating ones. And yeah, I got so many colors. Like, it's a huge investment, but I have no regrets. I've been umming and ahhing if I should upgrade or not. Like, that's why I bought the Paul Rubens last year as an upgrade to my previous one, which were like crappy and chalky. So I was really happy with the Paul Rubens, and now I upgraded to an open stock one so that if it runs out, I can also buy a new tube and refill it. But those tubes, they probably last you like 3 pans. So like if you have to refill your pan after a year, that will take you 3 years to get through, if you know what I mean. Unless you use the color like a lot. And you know that some colors I use a lot, like the pink and the turquoise. Those are my favorite, as you all know. So yeah, I've been doing that and I'm happy that I'm done filling them up because it's tedious for my hands with the tiny lids. It's difficult to do, but yeah, I managed to do it and now I'm waiting for it to be ready for use so I can play with him because that's really all I want. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. And besides that, I've bought quite a lot of new books last month and they all came in, like finally. Like not all of them. There's still one on the way, but I'm not sure if it's lost or if it's still coming. That's the Mouse Guard book. I will just have to wait and see. But I also bought like one tracing book by Erie, like the only one that I was interested in, because that one is pretty detailed still. The other ones are too easy, too simple. So I did not buy those. But the Erie one, I really like it. So I'm like currently in the middle of doing all the outlines with my fine liner from Staedtler because it's waterproof but also pretty marker proof. So it's good for both mediums. So yeah, I have been slowly going through that book. So I'm now like halfway through. So I still have half of the book to go. And oh boy, that's a lot of time that goes into it. But it has been really therapeutic. And I have to say, it looks so much different. Like, it looks like a normal book now. And when I go through it, it is so cute. You know, there's so many cute pages in there that I have absolutely no regrets of buying it. And I'll just slowly keep going. Like, I try to do a page every day. Sometimes I don't do it, then I try to do two the other day. But like, I just try to do something. Whenever I feel like it, I try to do a few lines here and there. And it works. So yeah, I'm going pretty good, but it will still take me a lot of time to get it done. And as you also probably have seen by now, maybe you haven't, maybe you have, like when you see my haul, you also seen that I've had some happy mail from my friend, Fungus Love Color, on Instagram. She sent me 2 books, and one of them is actually a Disney Color by Number, because she knows that my color by number that I'm trying to finish is like literally almost done. I think I've got like 12 pages to go. So yeah, it's the end is near, you know, I can see the end. So she already bought like the one that I placed on my wish list for me, which is Best of Love Stories. It is really cute. Like, it's a compilation book because it's a best of book, but it has so many adorable pages. And yes, some of them are different styles, but I should say it feels more like an intermediate level of difficulty, which I like because tome 11 can be difficult at some point. And the same with the princesses too, it can be difficult as well. But with this tome, I feel like it's a nice in between the tome 11 and the tome 1 that I was doing, which is really simple. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, once I finish my tome 1, I can grab that one and have a look which one I would like to start with, because I'm waiting right now until my other book is done to touch it, because I don't want to touch it while the other one is still not done yet, if you know what I mean. Like, next year I'm gonna try to finish my Beauty and the Beast and the Little Mermaid tome that I bought, because they're single-sided, so they only have half the pages. So that is doable as well in a year time, especially because I'm already working on them this year as well. So they're like nicely set up for a finish next year. And I can still touch my other books as well. You know, that's what I want, because I like touching all of them. I have like 6 books, but with the new one, 7. But I want to bring it down to probably 3 or 4 books eventually, so that I have like a simple book, an intermediate level book, and a difficult one, so that I can just work in them all quite a lot, you know? Like, I don't know exactly how it's going to look like, but that's my idea. But if it's not happening, I'm okay with that too, because it's just fun. But yeah, as you can see, I've done a lot of the leaves now, and I think it looks really good. All right, that's all the green, I think. We've got these cloths on both tables. I don't know what I want for those. I do know I want like a brownie, like a tone like this for the ice cream cones. So let's take the Naples Yellow C255. So yeah, I've been going through my books, going through like everything that I own, seeing what I like, what I don't like, and I'm really happy with my collection, and I'm happy that I finally made the decision to get certain memberships as of last year, like beginning of this year actually, because I am part of a few memberships by now, and I try to decided to treat myself to them basically, and I gave myself a budget so I don't go over it. So yeah, I really like that, you know, because like live streams, they really motivate me to color on my own stuff, I've noticed, but most of them are in the evenings, and I color mostly during the day or early evening to like most of them like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and then I'm done. So yeah, like most of them stream in the evening, but Jazz from Coloring Bumblebee, she also has like weekend streams and her membership as well. So yeah, like I'm part of the Jess Bumblebee Club, as I call it, and she does a full book color along for the Sagan book. But I actually waited for months before I actually signed myself up, because I kept spending my money on other stuff, so I was out of budget. And now that I calmed down with buying a lot of supplies and other stuff, I finally decided that I could actually have that money to become a member from her channel. I wouldn't be able to be a member of everyone, so I just have to pick one, and that's it, you know. I also am a member of the Snail Mail Club from Morgan O'Brien, which also costs money. So yeah, that's already like 2 things that I pay for every single month. And it adds on, you know, it adds on really quickly if you've got all these memberships going. So I limit myself to like 2 of them. So one is Snail Mail and the other one is Jess. And I also pay for my YouTube premium stuff, so I don't have advertisement. But that's because I only watch YouTube all day long. So that is useful for me. Because I also use it for falling asleep with some music. Or listening to people's video while falling asleep as well. So yeah. So all of that together is already like 26 euros or something. I don't even know exactly. But that's not the point. It gets expensive quickly. That's my point. If you don't have that kind of money, you don't have to feel bad for missing out or something like that. Because to be fair, even if you're not a member from Jess, for instance, let's take her as an example. She does a lot of live streams that are free of charge and for everyone to watch. Like, you don't have to miss out if you just follow along with those, you know. Like, yes, it might not be for that specific book, but at least you got a live stream that you can be a part of. You can talk with the people in the chat. Then you're still a part of the community in that way, you know? There's so many ways that you can be a part of something that's going on right now without paying a single dime. And that's what I find important. So it's good that that exists. Because life is already tough enough and expensive enough the way it is. Like some of you know, I've been really ill last month. I'm doing a lot better this month, which is July. We're already July, people. We're already halfway through the year. I can't believe it. But yeah, I'm doing much better, as you can also hear. I'm a little bit more energetic. Like, my voice is still going in and out with the croaky sound, like, you know, like as if I just woken up. That is an ongoing issue for already several months. And thank you for all the well wishes. I appreciate it. But like, I will never become completely healthy because I'm chronically ill. So I always deal with some certain amount of being ill all the time. Every month I'm ill at some point. That's just my reality. But I'm doing a lot better than I was last month because that was too much. That month was too much. Alright, I think I like that effect, like as if it's gold. We also have an ice cream cone over there, so let's also add it over there. So yeah, I really like Jess membership because I then have extra live streams and a pre-recorded color along to watch. But if I wouldn't be able to afford it, there are still so many live streams that she does that I can actually watch for free, that it doesn't really matter whether or not I'm able to afford her membership. So that's my opinion about that matter. But yeah, you're not really missing out if you can't afford any of those things, because there's enough free content available on all the channels that you can watch anyway. That doesn't require any membership at all. So that is good, you know, like memberships are a thing that is not for everyone because it might be just out of your reach. But you don't have to. So keep that in mind. You don't have to pay for anything for being a part of it. You can just do it by following the free stuff. That's, I think, how we all start out. You might want to invest some money in having like a membership to someone. But I think it should be a personal choice instead of you have to. Otherwise, you're not part of the community. Like, no, you are a part of the community. If you're coloring and tagging along, you are part of the community. And it should be fun. It should not be a game of like who is in the club and who isn't in the club. Like, no, just no. Like, that's her tail. I actually, all the time I think like, oh, it's a baguette. But no, it's her tail, Pauline. It's her tail. Yeah, it's funny to me. Alright, let's also do some on these chairs. Just a tiny smidge. I'm actually out of pigment. Let's grab a little bit more. That's a lot more, because it's really like soft, because I left water in the pan of the watercolor. It's okay. Now we can use more of it. So yeah, I've been filming not that much lately. I filmed a whole video for you guys that you might have already seen, might not have seen. I don't know when this one will go up. Depends on when I finish it. The editing, I mean, not the coloring. The coloring will probably be done by the second week of the month, because today is the 7th of July that I'm doing this watercolor base. So hopefully tomorrow, can I do that tomorrow? I might not be able to, because I need to go to the physiotherapy tomorrow. So no, I'm probably not good enough after that to do this. So probably Thursday then, I hope that I will be able to continue on this page. But up till that point, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I lost my words. I've not been filming that much. That's what I was saying. I did a whole video. I don't know when it's going up. That's what I was saying. Yes. But yeah, I'm trying to limit my filming this month, because I was feeling so horrible last month. And I can feel that the energy is still low, even though I feel a lot better. But I know that if I overdo it now, I will crash and burn. No ifs or buts, that will happen. So that's why I'm trying to not record too much. So I did a mid-year check-in, and I did a whole video. And this is like number 3 that I am doing this month. And I think that's more than enough for 1 month. So next month you might have a little bit less content, but I don't know. Maybe by then I've already recorded like a ton more. Okay, I've mixed now the Naples Yellow C255 with the Umber A334. And we're going to put that on the wagon and the chairs. So I'm going to bring it down on the bottom. I'm not touching the top of the wagon, just the bottom. And also here I'm going to put it on the sides to deepen it up, to make it more of a woody look. So yeah, I'm trying to calm down, but it's difficult because I always am really eager to do more. And I shouldn't. I should calm the heck down, because I know that if I don't, I will be sick again, you know? That's how it always has been for me. If I don't calm down after I've just been ill, it will happen just another time, you know? We'll go for round 3 or round 4, or you know what I mean. It will just keep going on for me. So that's why it's important that I take a little bit of sort of a break, you know? Don't have to stop completely, but I have to like pace myself a little bit. That's the right word. So that's me trying to pace myself this month. Like the videos that you're seeing this month are mainly videos that I recorded last month. Except for this one, the mid-year review and the haul video. Those are recorded this month. But besides that, everything was from last month. So that should help. Yeah, I think I want a little bit more color on the wheel as well, so it sticks out a little bit more. So I'm not sure what you will see next month in August, because I'm not really pre-recording right now for next month, because I'm trying to take it as it goes, which is really difficult, people. It's difficult to calm the heck down. It really is. It's difficult. I'm terrible for taking breaks. So I'm really trying my best. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't like this part. Let's wipe it away a little bit, because it looked a bit harsh, that part. Alright, something like that. Let's also do that back one, because I keep forgetting it. Then I also want some on those cone things, because I'm thinking of them of like bronzy metal. Yeah, I like it. I again bought like so many new books in the last few months. It's not even funny anymore. Like, I bought a lot of books, even though I was planning on calming down this year with buying books. I bought like 18 books this year, which is a lot more than I was planning to at the beginning of the year. But I guess it's mainly due to buying coloring books that I thought I didn't want, because I was like choosing in categories of books. So if there was a cat book, I only could buy like one cat book of all the illustrators out there. And I bought one instead of like the other ones as well, even though I really liked them. So now I went back and actually bought the ones that I left behind back then, because I wanted to limit myself. And excuse me, right now I decided that I don't want to limit myself in my collection. So I went back through those books and actually bought some of them that were like older books and added them to my collection. So you will see those in my haul video, or you might already have seen that by the time this one goes up. I don't know. But that's why I bought so many like additional books on top of what I already showed you last month. And I have no regrets, actually. I think I would have had regrets if I wouldn't have bought them. That's the thing. I'm glad that I just pulled the trigger and went for it. Yep, that's what I am. Happy. And that's what we need to be. We need to be happy with our collections. And I now know for sure that I just want to buy a book if I really like it and just have a collection. Like, yeah, it might be over 100 books right now. It's around the number that I am right now, a little bit over 100. And I'm okay with that, you know. Even if I would buy like 10 to 15 books a year, I am still happy with that number. It just means that at some point I won't be able to color in all of my books every year. But we will see what happens when I get to that point. You know what I mean? I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm just going to enjoy what I've got and not worry about it too much. So that is my point of view right now on having a stash of books. I do really like finishing up books, but I also don't feel like I have to rush into things and finish it right now, you know? Like, no, that's not necessary either. Like, it would be nice to finish a book once or so often, but it is not a necessity. Right now, I'm actually trying to finish a couple of books by the end of next year, which is like my Maria Trolle Fairy Tale Worlds, my Draglings book. That's my cat waking up. I need a little bit more pigment for this chair. So I was trying to finish up my Fairy Tale Worlds by Maria Trolle, the Draglings book #1. I was trying to finish my R.J. Hampson book by the end of next year, but I stopped because he announced that he's going to make artist editions from his book. So I want an artist edition of my Fogarty. So I stopped working on it because of that reason, because I don't want to put time into a book that I'm going to replace, you know? So that's why I stopped doing that one. And the last one that I'm trying to finish next year is the Stella Village, Cute Animals of Stella Village. So those are books that I'm already focusing on this year, trying to get stuff done so that next year they're in a good place to get finished. That will also be a part of my mid-year check-in video that I will tell you about this. So yeah, you can see it there as well. I even show how far along I am in those books in that video as well. So in case you want to see that, you can find that in that video. I'm doing umber now, just plain umber, to darken up the sides of the basket. Not the dress, Pauline, not the dress, thank you. All right, I think I like this, like a warm brownie tone as a base. I know his toy, I usually do like a brown reddish tone, so let's do that as well. So I need a different brown. I need Burnt Sienna A333. So let's activate that one. Just a tiny smidge. It's more than enough. Okay, let's do it. And that is Burnt Sienna as the base tone for his toy. Am I in view? Yes, I am. Okay, good. So yeah, I had this wonderful idea of finishing up books that I'm trying to get out of my collection, basically. So that's why I'm trying to finish some of them. But after I finish those books, I think I want to just aim to finish a book every year. Trying to, you know, or working towards a finish. Not necessarily have to finish this book this year, you know, because I might not have a book that is close to a finish, you know, when I'm actually at that point. So you never know. So I don't want it to be, you must finish a book every year. No, I will try to work towards a finish. So that means I will probably pick 1, maybe 2 books after next year. Because next year I'm going to finish those books that I just named. And I will try to work on it so that it gets closer to a finish. That's what I will try. Okay, I think I like that. I'm actually thinking how I colored this little cat. Let's have a look in the beginning of the book. Let's look at it together. So yeah, that's my plan going forward. You know, finishing up a couple of books next year. And then after that, I will decide on 1 or 2 books to finish. Like this is how I did it. So I did like an orangey undertone and then some brown stuff around his side. Okay, his tail has a white tip. See, that's a toy. Yeah, okay. And blue eyes. All right, let's do it. We got this. Let's make an orangey tone as a base. So we're gonna activate, let's see, I'm gonna activate that one, I think. The cadmium orange yellow for a change. And I'm gonna mix in some of that umber. So we get like a brownie orangey tone. So D238, cadmium orange yellow. This is a different tone than I usually use. That is the 5th one, this one. It's a really bright yellow or orangey yellow. So I'm gonna place it there. You see how yellow that is? Like, oof. Okay, let's clean the brush. Let's mix some water in and let's grab some of the umber and place it in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Perfect, because now we got a warmer tone of the umber. That's what I want. And then I'm gonna do it like that. Oh yeah, look how beautiful. I love it already. Tail a little bit, his paws a little bit, but he has white on the edge of his paws. Like the tips are white, so I can only do it like this. His belly is white, but you barely see it. So roughly like this. Okay, let's clean the brush a little bit and soften up this edge a little bit with just water, pushing it a bit away. All right, I think that should do. Let's let that dry a little bit. We're now gonna do her skin. So for her skin, I usually do the rose red a little bit, water, and then we need some of that yellow tone, the Naples Yellow Light C202. Mix that in, and then we get this salmon-y tone. And then I usually add some white, which is A203 titanium white. Just a tiny smidge. And then you get like this really soft pinky tone. So that means I need a little bit more of the yellow. So I'm gonna add in a little bit more yellow to make it more like a salmon-y tone. Yeah, something like this is fine. All right, let's add it onto her skin. Hoppa. Lovely. Nice light tone on her skin. And I think I've left her nose white. I should check before I mess it up. Let's first do a skin tone all over her. And then we will check it out if I also did like the paws. I think I left part of it white, just like her sister. All right, let's check it before I forget. Back to the beginning of the book. Yes, I left the snout white. Let's check a different one, because here I can see it. Yeah, see the snout white, those white, the tip is not white, the feet are white. Okay, good. I'm doing fine. Awesome. Okay, let's add some blushies. Let's put that underneath again. Let's add some blushies to that cat, and also in the ears. So I'm gonna add in a, there's nothing left. Let's just start over. Rose red. Clean the brush. Add in a little bit of Naples Yellow Light, the C202, to get this salmony pink tone, which is perfect. Clean the brush, and let's get started. These are for the blushies and the ears. So I'm gonna just take a little bit, do his ears, and leave the puddle there. I'm gonna do his tip of his nose. I'm gonna do this part of the ear, and this part of the ear. Oh my god. And then the nose, and then I will do a little bit on the cheek, and also on his cheek. Clean the brush. Only use a little bit of water and soften it up. Like soften up the edges, if you know what I mean. Something like this. I think that is exactly what I want. Perfect. Doesn't need much more. Then we've got ice cream. So we can go multiple ways. We can make it like just white with some sprinkles on it, which I will probably do with some gel pen later. But I can give it some like pinky, like this pinky, like shadows, like so. Like all on the bottom. See what I mean? Just push it around like so. Because it's really diluted, like pink. And also a little bit of there, like so. You see what I mean? Just a little bit of shadow on the left. And I think I also want to do that on that cone. So let's also grab some for here. Like I'm just doing it like this. Move the watercolor around. Go to the other side. Do the same. Just like a line. And I'll leave the edge white so that you can see it's like a cone over something. What do I want for the top? Do I want like a salmony thing, or do I want to leave it like this? I think I want it like pinky salmony. So I can use this on the top as well then. Just do it pink, Pauline. When in doubt, do it pink. Do it pink. Yes, please. Alright, I love it. I think I also want some on her skirt. For like shading the underskirt, which is this one. Just a tiny smidge. And also some for these. Not too much. There's some. Oh. Just so that it has some color, you know. I hate things to be left white, completely white that is. Like some white of the paper is fine, like you can see I left a lot of it. But I also like some shading. These are really soft tones like I'm doing right now. Alright, that's enough. I think I want her outfit to be a brighter pink. So I'm gonna add in a little bit more rose red to this mixture, like a really bright rose red. And we're gonna use that on the skirt. On this thing. Make it rose red. Because I like that tone. Just put it all over her dress. Focus face mode is on, people. Because I'm doing a dress and I don't want to mess up her dress. So I have a little bit of a focus face for this one. think I also want the ribbon pink. There we go. A lovely pink bow as well. I love it. Yes, nice and pink dress. I like it. He always has like a brownish pants, so let's do that as well. I think I'm gonna use the Van Dyke Brown, which is this tone, the A339. Might be a bit too dark, but let's see. Yeah, that's definitely too dark, but let's just put it on the left, like so. Okay, clean the brush, come back in without anything on it, and dilute it a little bit. The reason I chose this brown and not like the burned one is because I want his skin to be the warm browns. Otherwise he will fall away in his outfit. And I kept it brown throughout the book. That's why I want brown. So this is fine as an underlayer. I will do the rest with pencil. Then we got his his slap, I want to say. I got no idea what that's called. That thing that he has on his chin. I think I want to do like a light pinky tone. This one. Also in between. Like a shading color again, you know. Alright, and then we've got, oh, those tablecloths I wanted to do the same, remember? I wanted to have a pinky haze over it, like so. Like a little bit of shading on it. I also want to do the same on this one underneath. Just a little bit of a pinky hue on it. Come on, a little bit of water. It's not moving! Clip the clip on the other side. There we go. There's even a cup here. Maybe we should make it like a hot chocolate or coffee. What do you think? Shall we do that? Yes, I think I do. Okay, hot chocolate. We've got umber here. 334, A334. Let's do that inside the cup. Nice hot coffee. So, I'm just gonna leave that. These I think are tomatoes and carrots. So we need an orange for the carrot. So I could take that one with a little bit more of that orangey yellow. Let's put it on there. This is the cadmium orange yellow D238 and the Naples yellow C255 mixture. And as you can see, I've got a lot of water and I'm just gonna leave it. And I'm also gonna make this a carrot, I've decided. Oh, I forgot a tail! Oh my god, I forgot a tail! Let's use this tone. Alright. Just want a little bit of color anyway. It's fine. Don't touch it too much, Pauline. Like, I'm gonna leave this to dry for now because I first want to do like the rest of his fur. Alright. I should take that water off because if I don't, it's gonna dry really ugly. Okay, that should be fine. Let's do his skin now. So he needs a darker brown. So I usually use like burnt sienna. So let's take that one. That is A333. Burnt sienna. Let's put it there. We're gonna use those for his stripes. So let's dab off my brush so it's nice and not as wet. I want it more dry because I want squiggly lines. Because I made like it's not doing what I want. It's not enough pigment. Okay, let's take more. Squiggly lines, that's what I want. squiggly lines. I don't know what I did on the side of his head. Got no clue. Oh my goodness, I know I've got one that is brown. Something like that. Squiggly lines. Maybe something like this. Squiggly lines. Squiggly lines. You see, I'm just messing about, basically improvising on the spot. Like, let's make a squiggly line over there. Let's make one over there. And then with the pencils I can like enhance them later. Something like this, I guess. And then on his tail. There we go. Roughly like that, I think. I don't know what I did here. Maybe another squiggly line. This looks a bit weird. There's nothing there. Maybe a little bit more there. Yeah, that looks better. I also want a little bit on this other thingamabobby. Do I want this anywhere else? I don't think I do. I think this is nice because now they stand out and the rest is like falling gone, you know, soft and gentle. And they will be more like in your face. That's what I want. Okay, he has blue eyes. I think I can use this blue. The turquoise light E292 for his eyes. Yes, beautiful. Okay, clean the brush. I will give her the malachite green eyes this time around, which I've got right here, which is the, no, I've got emerald green deep, didn't I? Yeah, emerald green deep, but that will work too. It's 860 for her eyes. Let's dab it off a little bit so it's not as wet. There you go, that's her eyes done. Green eyes, because one of the sisters has green and the other one has purple, but green pops out more in this setting, so I'm going for green eyes. So that's all the color for that. Then we need to do the tomatoes. We need to do his little ribbon, and we need to do the jar with the, and the windows, of course, in the background. So let's start with the flowers. I want them pink. Let's make them pink. Rose red. Excuse me. Let's take a little bit of this color, the Naples yellow 255. So it's like more of a muted reddy pink. Let's add water, nice and diluted. So it's like a light red pink tone for the flowers. I think I will like it. Let's test it out. Yes, a really light tone. All right, beautiful. Nice and watery. And there we go. I'll just leave that to dry because I really like that. I think I also want that same tone on these flowers. So let's dot that in on the inside of the hearts of the flower. Not the entire flowers, just on the hearts. See how I like that? Just some color, you know? Instead of making it all the same tone. This way I get some depth. Hopefully. Lovely. And then I want to add a little bit more red for the tomatoes. So I'm going to add in Chinese red B229, which is this one. I'm going to add that into that mixture. So it's like diluted, nice and diluted. And then I'm going to add it on the tomatoes. Like a base layer. Beautiful. Let's dab off my brush a little bit because I don't want to leave the water on there for too much. And I'm gonna use the same on his ribbon, his toy, because I usually make that bright red. So let's add that now as well. Alrighty, I think I like that. And then what else? The building and the pot of the flowers. I think for the pot of the flowers I want just the umber. that we already have, the A334. Let me pull the book down a little bit. So we're going to take A334 umber. Maybe that's not the tone I want, but let's just try it anyway. Then it does fall into the background. That is something I do want. So maybe it is what I want. Maybe it is what I want. This is usually how it goes when I'm coloring my pages. I just think as I do it. I don't make like a whole plan beforehand. Sometimes I do when I've got like an idea of what I want. Let's also put it like behind the flowers a little bit, as if the wall is like coming from behind them like this. Yeah, I like that. Now we need to do the windows. So I think I want to use like this lemon sienna that we used on the ground. I'm just gonna add it like straight away, like so. Just like a nice little base tone, straight from the palette. Just so that it has the color. Because I don't really care what color it has, as long as it has a color that is like fitting with the color scheme of the page. Because I'm not doing much with them anyway. So I'm gonna do a little bit here. So that because you see through it roughly. And I should do also some green. So this turquoise light, E292. I will also do some like over here. And there, let's clean the brush. Oh, and let's go back in a little bit. Something like that. I think that should do it. Alrighty, I think I've based everything. Let's have another look. I've not done anything to the cup. It's like a messy cup now. Let's also use that Naples lemon sienna B324 on the cup. But just on the left side of the cup, not on the right. I'm just gonna keep it to one side. Just this side. Color that whole side with this tone. And then slowly fade it out. Leave the puddle on the left. Something like this, I think. That's perfect. Do I want anything else? Maybe I want a little bit of this yellow tone like on her arm. To warm it up a smidge. Also a little bit on her underskirt. So like as if the sun is hitting it. You know, some warmth. Because it feels not warm enough. Yeah, I think I'm done with the watercolor base. I'm happy with this. So let's clean my brush. And let's leave it alone. I don't like this bit. So I'm gonna make it softer by using water. Make it softer. Dab it off. Don't want to leave a puddle if it's too harsh. Otherwise you get those harsh lines. There we go. So this is the part for the watercolor done. So I'm now going to let it dry overnight. And well, tomorrow I don't have time because I've got physiotherapy. But later in the week I will finish this off. And you will see me do the pencil part right now. Because I will just add it on onto this clip. So see you in a second. And we are back. Today it is the 10th of July. Yes, it is the 10th of July. It is Friday and we are back at our Nelco Neco book. So last time we did the watercolor base for this lovely page. So let me remove this one. I already placed my color palette with the polychromos pencils inside my book. So you can take a screenshot because these are the pencils we're using today for the shading. They're all Faber-Castell polychromos. So let's get going. So what I would like to start with is the background, the stones. So I'm going to use that one and probably maybe more the pinky tone. So that one, and those two probably. So let's start with the yellow. So I've got that over here. So let's start with Naples Yellow 185. I've got my handy dandy pencil holder that is from this brand, the NBX. I always have it linked in the description of my video in case you wanted to get one yourself. Like, it makes the pencil nice and thick. And that's why I love it so much, because otherwise I would not be able to color right now. So let's try it out to see if it feels right. So what I would like to do is I want to brighten up this section, like on the front foreground. So I will not touch all of it. So probably up till about this row, I won't touch it. So I will probably start on the edge of this one. So I will just lightly shade like this with the side of the pencil. Just coloring it in like so. Following the line. Let's make sure that one is in place. So yeah, I'm just going to add a layer, a light layer. And actually my hand feels like, at least I have control over my hand. So that's a good sign. So, like when I hold it, you see it's pretty steady. So that's a good sign. So that's enough to stabilize my hand from shaking. That's good. Like some days it's so terrible with the tremor that it's just like I just flip it through the air, the pencil, and I won't even be able to do anything. Like yesterday I also had a bad day with my hands, so I decided to do Disney color by number, because that doesn't really matter if it looks like a little bit ugly, you know. It still looks good with the big, like, simple books. It still looks good. So that's what I did yesterday, because my hands were also not the best. That's why I didn't do this one. But today my hands are even worse, and I was like, I want to do it. So that's why I'm just gonna give it a go. And if I need a break or if it's too much, I'll just stop and I'll finish it tomorrow. But let's give it a swirl because I really like it. So let's also give all of this some pencil. Like, I just want a light layer. I'm not being precise at all. And that's all I want. Then I will skip to the next tone, which is the Light Flash 132. That's the next tone. And we're just gonna shade it into the other one. So I'm just gonna go lightly over it, like so. It's like a light layer, blending it into the yellow that we just placed. And just work my way up. I have you zoomed out so that you can see the entire background all in one go, because otherwise this might be a bit difficult to see. So I'm going roughly up till there. So let's try to blend it into this as well. And a little bit below the basket for some cut shadow. And below the cat for some shadow. Because we didn't make any shadow, as you can see. So maybe this will be enough. I hope so. I don't want a whole lot of shadow anyway, because I want it to be a really sunny scene. Lots of light tones. So I don't want to darken it up too much, but I do want a little bit more than what I've got right now. So that's enough for this tone. Ow. You see, I just pinched myself with the pencil. My God. And then I will go to, like, that one is darker in value than that one, but that one is warmer. So I think I'm just gonna go for the dark flash, the 130. That's this one. We're just gonna do it. This is like the really warm tone, so I'm just gonna lightly use it if I can. Yeah, it works. Okay, good. I want this whole side to be a little bit darker. This whole section over here, I want it darker. Like that. And we're also going to do a little smidge next to the card to darken it up as well a little bit. holding my hand. Like my paper is moving. So, yeah, I have to improvise a little bit. Yeah, I like this undertone. Like this tone is beautiful for the ground. So let's do a little bit more here as well. Work our way up. Yeah. The spine of the book is always the hard bits. Maybe if I'll take that one out. Yeah, that helps a little bit. Let's just scribble it on. All the way. Like all the way. Just give it like, I'm using the side of my pencil like this to create like this darker tone. This is fine, that's what I wanted. Okay, now I can color again. Like, do I need this one? No, I don't, because there's nothing colored behind it, so I don't need the carton behind it either. Like, usually I've got it. When I colored, like, if I would have colored this one or this one, then you want something to protect them. Because the moment you put pressure on this one, you might otherwise, like, then the pigment from this one will go on that one and vice versa. So you want to protect it. If you've got any of those done, you might want to protect it. But that's not the case, so I'm safe to do this. So that's good. And I don't have to worry about it bleeding through or transferring. Yeah, I just want to darken it up a smidge, all of this part. That's why I'm doing this. Excuse me. Yeah, the cough is still ongoing. It has been here all year, I think. It is just coming and going and coming and going, and it's just only once so often. Like, it was a little bit worse this week that I was coughing my lungs out, and then it cooled back down again. So now it's not as bad anymore, so that's good. So yeah, it really depends on my body, what it wants to do. I'm gonna darken up this back section quite a bit, as you can see. Like, it seems like there's like this line is like the wall, so this wall is like this, if you know what I mean. See, that's what this is. So there's one line going like that, one line going like that, and this is like the side of the wall, so that's the edge. So this is the front of the thing, and this is the side, in my opinion, because the sun is hitting it like this in my picture, roughly, like more from above. I don't know. I want it like really light. I want barely any shadows, but the shadows that I do have are on the back. So underneath here and underneath there. And that's about it, because this one I gave it like a little bit on the foreground because I want the sun really on top. Like, what happens when you put it on top? Comes there, you see? But that's because the light is over there. But if it's like right on top, like if I put it, hold up, I'm going to show you it. Like when I'm under the light, you see that it doesn't cast it this way anymore because it's not like going there. Let me put you back into frame. Yeah, that's how you can practice it yourself. Take a flashlight, put your item below it and see where it's making shadows. If you have no clue, that's a good strategy, in my opinion. All right, I like the floor a lot better, but I do think I want a little bit more contrast next to that wall. So what I will do, instead of taking that one, because that one is not dark enough, I'm going to take the brown. I think I am. Yeah, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to go for the brown. 283 burnt sienna, I think. There's no name left. Burnt sienna, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. And I'm going to put my book on an angle because it's easier on my hands. Because I'm going to darken up in this section. And I'm going to go really gentle. Don't press. Just slowly move it in the direction of the pavement. Like so. darkening it up. Okay, I think I rounded it roughly up till there, give or take. My God, this book and the spine is killing me. That's the only part that I don't like about stuff going into the spine. Ow, that hurts. Using my finger to rub hurts, Pauline. Don't do that again. What am I doing? My God. Torturing myself. Like usually when I got a bit too much texture, rubbing it with your finger will smoosh it out. That's why I did that, but I forgot that it's painful as heck. So yeah, I hurt myself doing that. It hurts. Alright, I want it a little bit like this. Like, I'm cutting it up roughly around this part. So this is what it looks like right now. I like that a lot better. But I'm also going to do that behind the table. So this part is the other wall. So I'm also going to darken that up a smidge. I also got like these marks everywhere. Like, what the heck did I do? Like, also there. I have no idea. Maybe I punched myself in my sleep because they were not there before I went to sleep. And it's not just from the pencil. I hope it's not, because that means it's... What the heck? What did I do? No one will know. Like, sometimes I wake up with bruises everywhere because I punched myself in my sleep. Because I've got spasms. And they can be really violent spasms. So I am, like, hit myself or the table next to me. Like my nightstand, I mean. So that does happen from time to time. So that might be the reason. Yeah, I'm going pretty dark now, as you can see. I'm doing that on purpose. I want this whole section a lot darker. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot darker. Alright, that's good. Yeah, that gives it much more contrast. And let's also do the same next to the flower pot. Make it a lot darker as well. Just because we can. And then we're gonna come back in with the, oh, let's also do it behind the flowers. Make it dark behind the flowers with this one. For the contrast. And now we're gonna go back to the dark flash 130. And we're gonna color next to it. Darken this part up a little bit as well. But not all of it. So I want to maintain some of the watercolor that I placed. So as you can see, I'm leaving like a curve. And I will do the same with the other tiles. Just coloring it in bits, but not every single part. So I'll leave a lot of the watercolor so you've got more contrast. See? That's what I like about it. So it's now a lot darker in the background. So the table now finally, like, you see the table? So that's what I wanted. That was like my goal there. All right, let's put this away for a second. Let me have a look. I would like to do the building first, I guess. So we're going to start with this one, the 158, which is deep cobalt green. And I am going to zoom you in for this part. So let's take you down to the building. So we're going to go with deep cobalt green, 158 by polychromos. And I'm going to use it really light, like so, to smooth out the building texture. Really gentle. But yeah, it's getting a lot darker because of it. Because it's a shade darker than what I use for the watercolor. But this is what I envisioned as the darkest part of the building. I'm only shading the left side of these bits so that the light comes from this side. That's why I'm doing that. So underneath this thing, I'm also gonna add some shading. First gonna just do a line like this all the way. And then this part behind, because it's behind items, I'm gonna use a little bit more darkness. Yeah, the paper is a bit funky in this book. It doesn't like my pencils. So yeah, I'm darkening up the building quite a bit. So that's probably enough. Let's also do this bit. Now we already did so much, like let's do all of it. But I placed a lot more pigment there than I do over here. I keep it really light. This is what I want, so that this card will stand out. Now this one doesn't. So I will go to a lighter tone to go over this one more time with the cobalt green 156. So I will touch it up with this one. It's a lighter tone to smoosh it out a little bit, make it a little bit more of the cobalt green instead of the green tone. So I wanted the turquoisey tone. So yeah, like you see, I'm just going over it, completely over it, smooshing it out. So, and then a little bit on this side as well. And there we go, and a little bit on the window thingamabobbies. And there we have it. That's the building done. I don't want any more on the building. Like now it's nice and flat, and this one really pops. So we're going to use the same tone, the 156, on the card. But this time we're not going to do the entire card. We're just going to do the parts where I want some shadow. So that's on the sides, like below this entire line. And next to these carvings. And a little bit on this part. Shading it into there. And that's all I want for the card. I want this nice light tone to stay. So now it really pops out. That's what I wanted. So that's good. Let's see, do I want anything else with this one? No, I don't. Can I use that one for her eyes? I think I can. Let's use that one for her eyes now that we are at these tones. So I'm going to use the deep cobalt green 158 for her eyes. There's also some like skin cut. What the heck did I do? Sometimes I really wonder what I do while I sleep. So yeah, I'm just doing like a circly bit, and I do it on the left because this is like her pupil then, if you know what I mean. So that's all I do for that. That's more than enough. Let's stick with the green. So I'm gonna go to the green tone that I picked out, which is juniper green 165. And we're gonna use that for the leaves in the background and the foreground and the carrots. But let's start with these because I want them darker than they are right now. So I'm just gonna put the shading on one side of the leaf, depending on which one I want, which one I like best. This one I'm gonna do both sides because it's like hanging towards us. I'll just do it by feeling. I don't really think about it too much. Just add some shading to it, you know? You don't have to be perfect. Just want them a little bit more contrast and a little bit more shape. That's the goal of this step. Should take a sip of my drink in a second because my voice is like hesitating to work, I would say. Yeah, I like this, like nice and simple. Let me have a sip of my drink and then I'll continue. All right, and I'm back. Let's move down to these leaves. Put the book up more up. Yeah, well, we need to do these first, so let's leave it like this. So for these ones, I'm just gonna do the bottom one or the left one. So on this side is the left. Yeah, I think this is also a leaf. So we're almost weekend again, and it's already the 10th of the month. We're like steamrolling through May, it feels like. It just goes so freaking fast this month. I don't know why, but it is. Like, my energy is still low. I'm doing a lot better, but my energy is still low. So this month is just like, just chill and do something. As long as I do something every day, I succeeded. That's my goal this month. And I'll see how far that will get me, because so far I've finished a few pages. But most of the pages that I started are actually whips. So I only finished like a handful of pages. And everything else that I started is still a whip. It's ridiculous this month. Like, I'm usually not a whip girl at all. But this month, for some reason, I just like start something, stop something, start something, stop it, start it, stop it. I made all these whips of my plans. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know what's wrong with me this month, but I just can't stick with the same page for too long. So yeah, I was like, okay, which one shall we finish? I was like, yep, Nelco Neco, you're first, because I need to edit you when you're done. So you're first, but I don't know, like for some reason I just start all the plans and didn't finish that many. Like I finished some. I finished my Kuma Bear, like the chip book, you know, like the first one that I wanted to do. I want to do 2 pages in that book, so I still have to do one more. I finished one in Maria Trolla, like a double spread, you know, like just a spread, not a double, but just a spread. I finished one, and I still have to do the Aladdin one. So those are the ones that I've finished, I think, so far. Did I finish anything else? I don't think so. No, everything else is just a whip. I did the Disney pages that I finished, but that's it. Everything else is a whip. So I started on my Mona, like the squirrel book. I started on my Small Worlds with the watercolor, which don't work as well on that book, which put me off of even continuing, but I will. But I needed a break from it for that reason. Let me pull you up because there's more leaf below. So yeah, I've just been starting pages instead of just like starting and finishing. Like that's my normal way to do things. I start it, then the next day I'll finish it if it takes 2 days, that is. This time around, I start it, and then the next day I like, nah, maybe I want to do something else. And I just start something completely different. And I have another whip. Like that is so not me. Like that says enough about my energy levels and my focus and everything, you know? Like, nah. I don't like it. Like, it makes me even more stressed out because, like, I want to finish them, not have them all halfway through. Like, in the end, it's about the same, but feeling-wise, it makes me stressed. So, yeah, maybe I should focus on finishing my whips that I started early in the month and finish them first, one by one. Just grab one of them, finish it up, finish the next one, and then once they're all finished, I can start something new. I think that might be my best bet. I really like how I did this. Yeah, I like that. Okay, there are some more bits and bobs over here. So for this one, I only want to do the middle of the flower, or of the leaf, I mean. Not the flower, the middle of the flower. The leaf, Pauline. The middle of the leaf. Like, I'm looking at flowers and I want to say leaf, you know? Yes, thank you. My brain is not working that well today. Or as some people like to say, my brain is not braining. Yeah, I like that matter of speech. Like, it's not braining today. Yeah. That's usually what happens when I'm like tired as such, you know? Then my brain is just like, nah. You want to do something? Nuh-uh, we're not doing it. Then I become slow with my thinking, my talking. I can't find my words, all that kind of stuff. very annoying. Let's see, one more over here. That's enough for those. Like, I really like that, you see? That looks beautiful. Then we've got the carrot stuff, and I only want to add some darkness on the, like, on the bottom and in between. So this is all the bottom, and then in between the strands, like so. See? That's how easy that was. Yes, please. Tomatoes, tomatoes. Just a little bit on the bottom. Tomatoes. That's enough green for now, I think. Alrighty. Let's have a look. What else do I want to do? Okay, that's the street done. That's the building done. I've done some on the wagon. I've done the leaves. I want to do the chairs, I think, in the wagon first. So let's start with the chairs in the background. So I picked out these tones for the chairs. So I'm going to start with my darkest, the Indian Red 192, which is this lovely tone. So let's start with that one. And I'm going to start at the left side, like this whole section. Like I already did some with the watercolors, you can see. So this part is already lighter. The seating is lighter, and the front bits of the table are also lighter for that reason. But like for this part, I want to do like the table part. I want to do that a lot darker here on the side, so that it actually becomes visible in the picture instead of like part of the background. Just make it a lot darker. Like so. Now it sticks out, you see? Now you can actually see that there's a table. And I'm also going to do like the edge of the table, like so. All the way. That's probably already enough on the table. So then we're going to go to one lower. So I'm going to do some shading on this bit. There's a tiny smidge. And then the whole left side, I want this color as well. So this bit. And the rest I will leave for now. And then for this part, which is probably the other leg, just going to color that part in. And then this part I want here. So I do some on this side, some on this side, and the rest I don't touch. So that there's some variation in it. I don't touch the front of this bit. Then for the chair, I want to just touch the left side of it. I'm just doing like stripes, you know, like stripes like this. So if I don't continuously make a stripe, it's okay, because it looks like wood, you know. So that's why it's okay if you don't connect them completely the same. This part I'm also going to make a bit darker, and then this bit I want to go lighter and even lighter, so that there's contrast between the two. And there we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's also do some on the other thingamabobby. That's enough. And some on the inside of this one. I don't want to go too dark either, you know what I mean? I want to keep that light atmosphere that I made with the watercolor. So I don't want to overdo it. There we go. And then the table. Or a chair. I don't know which one of the two it is. Might be the other chair. Yeah, I think so. That's the, yeah. So this part I want darker. Because it's underneath the table. I'm gonna make it all a lot darker. Just make it a base. Because this is underneath the table. So this part I want darker, because it's the left side again. Little smidge over there. Just a tiny bit. And then this part I will also darken up. I'll do the same that I did over there. Dark, dark, light in the middle. That's probably already enough shading the way it is. Like maybe a little bit behind here, because like there's like the cat in front of it. So maybe that will be good. Yes, let's do the other chair. So I want to do the left side. and the inside on this side. Like it already pops out just like this. You don't need any more like this. This is probably already enough for the chairs and the table to let it stick out. So there's 2 more chairs here in the front. So let's start with this one. Yeah, okay. Let's do the left side. My game had a update. Not yesterday, but was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. So I played it yesterday and today. Did I play it today? Yes, I did, for a little while. I played today as well. I had to think about that one. I played it before I went to bed. Of course I played my game, duh. Yeah, so I played a little bit of my game because we had a nice update. And it's an update to the Thieves Guild. And I like thieving in my game. I like to steal stuff and, you know, like get all the shiny stuff, basically, by stealing it. Yes, I know, I'm a criminal. I'm a criminal, and I like it because it gets me nice stuff. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to collect like the stuff for housing. So I like to get furnishing plans, which make like it's basically like a plan, like a schedule to like now you can make this item. Now you can make a chair. Now you can make a wardrobe. Now you can make like a plant pot. Like that's what you find inside the game. And that's basically what you're doing. I also want some of this inside the cup for the coffee. I'm gonna make like a circly shape because I like it. I like that swirl that they sometimes do in like the coffee shops, remember? So I'm gonna do that as well. Just because I like it. I'm also gonna do some on the basket. So I'm gonna do the side and then in between these, like these bits. The in-betweens I wanna do. Make those a bit darker in the bottom. In between. There's in between here, but we don't see it. Another in between and the side. The inside of the basket. This bit can go a little bit darker and then maybe a little bit here. I think that's more than enough. Maybe a little bit below on this part as well. Underneath the carrot. I think that should do it. Yep. Love it. All right, the card. We've got a card left to do. So for this one, I'm gonna do this side like so. I'm also gonna do that a little bit on this side. I'm gonna leave that light. And then I'm gonna shade it here and here. I'm not doing the entire sections, I'm just doing parts of them, as you can see. To keep that nice lightness that I created with the watercolor. Because I really like it. And then on this bit, I will do the shading underneath like that. And look how beautiful that looks. Amazing, isn't it? The miracles of shading. Okay, then I'm gonna do the bottom of the card a little bit and lighter to the top. So really gentle and lighter to the top. Lighter to the top. I don't want to add too much on the card, because I like the soft looks that the soft look that it has. So that's already enough probably. Because now it really stands out next to the straight. Yep, I love it. I'm loving it. Let's do the handle. Working as well. Yes. We might not even need the other tones at all. I'm just doing a whole stripe underneath the top of the ice cream card to accentuate that this is on top. So it's casting a little bit of a shadow. I'm not even going to touch those details. I'm just going to leave it as they are. And then I'm going to do the back handle of the card. Making that one a lot darker than the front one. Because it's in the back. Yeah, I like that too. Then on these things, I'm just going to do like a little bit on the sides. To accentuate the dark bits. Beautiful. I'm not touching the edge on this one. I'm just going to make like a shadow here so that you have more contrast. And I'm going to do the same on this one. So I'm going to do a little bit of shadow like so. Leave the edge white, like the paper white. I mean, not white, but the color of the pigment that we place with the watercolor. And just do it like that. Dark shadow with like this is that you highlight. That works really well. And we're also going to do that same here. Just shade this in, leave the highlight. On this side I won't do that because I also didn't do that on the bottom. So this way you get a nice depth. You see what I mean? And for the ice cream cones, I'm going to do a little smidge over there. And a little bit on this side. Following the shape of the ice cream cone. And again, I'll leave highlights so that it's like more obvious of the shape of the item. Because when you're like dealing with light colors, it's best to leave like a highlight around your dark bit so it pops out more. Because if you go straight to the edge and you got light colors, it can fade into each other. That's usually what happens. So for this one, I'm just going to do it on the left side, like a tiny smidge like so. That's all it needs to stand out. I think we've got an ice cream cone and then we're done with this color. Yeah, I love it. Alrighty, we got a bear, we got an outfit. I think I want to do his pants first. So let's take the burnt sienna 283, this one. And let's color his bottoms with this color. So I'm just gonna color over it. And like we've got these lines here and here and here and here. And this one I want dark. Completely dark. Same with here, next to the lines, dark. Dark, dark, dark. So I do the same on the left here. Same on the right here. And over there because of his arm. And then I want lighter shadows, so I'm gonna shade in this lightly on the left side of the fabric. So with every fold I want a little bit of shadow on the left. So for this one I'm gonna do it like this, really lightly and gentle. Same with this one, a little bit of shadow. Same with this bit. Just a little bit of shadow. And that's already enough to make it more three-dimensional. And we could even lighten it up with a different tone, but I don't know if I want to, because I want him to be the showstopper and not his pants. So we also have his little friend over here that also can use some shading. So let's do that as well. So let's use it to darken this up. So I'm only gonna use it on the bottom and left sections of the toy. Everything else will just stay the watercolor base. Keep it simple, you know. That's already enough shading. You see? Beautiful. Alrighty. What else? We're gonna just finish the toy for now. So I'm gonna go to the red tone, the 121 Pilgrim Lake. And we're gonna use that on his ribbon. Darken it up. because it's faded out. That's already enough color. Let's go to the tomatoes. There's tomatoes over here. So let's color them in on the left and on the right, like so. Make them more rounded. And same with this one, on the left and on the right. And the highlight in the middle. That's already a lot better, right? Like, it's not really red, if you know what I mean, but I don't really care. I want it a bit more muted, which is fine. Like, the carrot can use some orange, so we're going to use 113 orange glaze for the carrots. I'm just going to do like this bit on the left. And that's already enough. Then we have the coffee. Let's also do a little bit of this orange on the side. That's enough. Just to warm it up a smidge. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, let's see what's next. Let me zoom you out for a second. Let's have an overview of how it looks. I like the background. I like the building. I like the ice cream cart. I do not like that pot, the plant pot. But I'm afraid that if I make it too dark, then the chair might not pop. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But if I make it dark, then there's a focus there and I don't want it. So maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just leave it the way it is. I'm not sure yet. But I'm like, yeah, you know? My eyes are like being pulled towards it to do something with it, but I don't want to. So I don't think I will, but yeah, it's a bit meh over there. But if I want to do something, what would I do? You know, like, because there's already a lot of brown. So adding a brown would only make it worse. Like if I add this dark one, you see, that could work because then the chair still pops. But will it then take attention away from this? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Right now, this is like the darkest bit, and this is like the darkest bit, and the flowers or the leaves is the darkest bit, and them. So I think I want to keep it that way. So I think I'm not going to do the background darker over there. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. All right, if that's the case, let me have a look on these flowers. Do I want to add on? Probably I do. Let's add on some pink. So let's add the Fuchsia 123. Let's zoom back in. And let's do some of this bit with the Fuchsia tone, which is this lovely tone, the 123 Fuchsia. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it simple, so I'm just gonna do the inside. Let's see, yeah, it makes it a little bit darker, like the hearts of the flowers. I want this tone. It's not as noticeable maybe on screen, but in real life you can definitely see the difference, and I like it. So that's why I keep going. So yeah, as you remember last time, which is still in the same color along, I spoke about my watercolors that I upgraded. And I think they're almost dry. I will have a look with you guys. Let me put, ooh, that was a carton, that's okay. Let me have a look with you guys. Like, this is what it looks like right now. And it looks pretty good, in my opinion. Like, some have some cracks, but that was because of the heat. And some have a little bit of air bubbles still on the front thing. This one has a big crack, you see? But I don't think, no, it's still a bit sticky. So it's still not dry completely. Like these ones I kept the way they are because they're like pre-packed pens. But this is a full pen and this is a half pen, these ones. So I filled them up myself and I've written down like the name, White Knight, and the number. And for the granulating ones, which are these ones, I did like Holbein and then the name and such. So yeah, these like are these are extra ones because one of my tubes actually exploded because there was like some damage. So I filled 2 extra ones of that color so I can still use it. But yeah, I literally did write the name with a water, a permanent marker. And that's how I named them. But like some of them look really like not that great, but that's because of the structure of them. I I actually did stir them a little bit when I placed it in there. So some of them are perfectly fine like this, but that one looks like, ugh, what happened, you know? Like that's, like it's even sticky, you see? It's not dry yet. Still not dry, and it's already drying for like 4 or 5 days now for the second round, because the first round I filled it up to halfway, and then I topped it up for a second time, but it needs so long to dry. So yeah, let's just put it back so it can dry, because once it's dry, I can put it in my new paint palette, which I've got over here. So White Nights paint palette would look like this. Let me zoom you out for a second so I can show you it. It looks like this and has like this thing. I don't use that, but basically what it is like a new tin, and I can open it up. That's like the swatch thing that comes with it, and you've got like 5 rows. So I can place those pens in here and keep them in here. And then I can use the swatch sheet, like maybe the back, to make my own swatch sheet. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is the plan. Once they are dry, they're gonna go into this new tin, and I've got my customized palette then. So that is what I've been working on, like I told you earlier on in this color along. So I'm really happy that they are drying, but they're still not ready yet to use. Almost, okay? I have to wait a little bit longer, probably another 2 days. That's my guess. It's just because it's so hot. It's still warm in the Netherlands. It already warmed up again. I should zoom you in, shouldn't I? Let's zoom you back in. Appa. So I finished off the flowers, as you can see. I did the hearts of the flowers. I like it. I like this look. So I'm not going to touch it anymore. So let's do her dress. Let's do her dress. So I'm using the Fuchsia 123, and I want it a little bit further out. Alright, for her dress, I'm going to add the darkness on the left and on the bottom. But there's not much bottom, so it's probably only on the left. So I want this side a lot darker. A lot darker on this side. So yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier on in this color along. That's the palette that I was trying to prepare. So my colors are still drying. Once they're dry, I'm gonna test them out on some page. I'm not sure which one yet. Let's add some shadow underneath her arm. Like so. And then I'm gonna add some shadow on each fold. So I'm going to start on the left, make it lighter the further I come. Next to this fold, dark, and then lighter towards the other side. And on the pocket I do the same, so dark on the left and lighter to the side. For this one I'll do the opposite, so I'll do it dark next to the edge and then lighter towards the other side. Same with this one. Same with those, a little bit of darkness on the side. I want to darken up this whole bit. And then for the ribbon, I'll do it a little bit differently. I do it on the sides and on this bit, color completely. I'm so happy with this page. I really like the colors that I picked out, like my favorites, of course, pink and turquoise. And I don't care that I'm using the same colors over and over again. Like sometimes I do. In some books I actually want to change it up from time to time. But in this one, when I feel like using that color palette, I just will. Like, look at that. That's amazing. I like it. You think that's more than enough color, but I don't like the look of this bit. I think it needs a little bit more darkness on the left. And then a smoother blend into the rest of the dress. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's better. Yep. Okay, let's do a little bit more on this side of this fold. And I think that is good enough for the dress. I really like it. It looks a bit different on the screen. Like if I flip it up, you see? That's how dark it is. If I put it down, yeah, it's a little bit different because of the lightning effect. All right, let's do the little one. Let's do his stripes. So we're gonna go to a dark brown called Walnut Brown, 177 for his stripy bits. Yes, let's do him. Let's touch him. Like we didn't even do his ribbon thingamabobby. We should do that as well. So I'm gonna make this part darker, and then I'm gonna do squiggly lines, squiggly lines, squiggly lines, squiggly lines. That's probably more than enough. I like it. Squiggly lines. Let's do some on his other arm as well while we're at it. And then his tail. There should be some on his tail. It's so small. Everything is so small in this little fella. There's not much to add on, you know what I mean? I think that's already more than enough. I like it. And yeah, I think that's enough. Alright, what else do I want on this little fella? I want his blushies more apparent. So I'm going to go to the Dark Flash 130. That's this one. And we're going to add some flesh tone on him, on his cheeks. For the blushies, because he needs a lot of blush. Oh, that's perfect, don't you think? And his ears. Well, one ear actually, because the other one is turned back. That's beautiful. Let's also do that on this one. Let's add some more blush. So I don't think it's enough. We need the blushies. We need a lot of it. And let's also do the ears a little bit more. I think that's more than enough blush. Okay, let's go to the skin tone for this cat, the darkest one, which is Cinnamon 189. That's the shading color for that cat. And let's add it on. So for this one, I usually do like flicks like over here on the forehead. Like make like stripy bits. But I am not really a fan this time, but we're doing it anyway. So we're making like squiggly lines like so. Just don't be neat. Don't make it like one big blob. Like over here I want it flat, but everything else I want the squiggly, so it feels like fur. You see how that looks like? It looks like fur. Compared to this, it looks like fur. That's what I wanted. Okay, let's also do a little bit on the other ear. Like so. And then we do a little bit on the arm. It's probably already enough. And then we go down to the feet. And the tail. And then I'll switch to the lighter, light flash 132 to do the rest of the paws. Like just shade it around a little bit like so. And I'll do the same on her arm. Just color it in a little smidge more. And maybe a little bit on her face. Not too much, but at least next to the blushies so it doesn't look as harsh. Maybe a little bit on the ear. Yeah, I like that as well. Yeah, it's perfect. Not much else needed. I like it. Like I think her dress already looks pretty good, but I do want to add some more depth into those creases. So I will go back to the Cinnamon 189. And I'll add in some shading into the creases of the dress. So this part, I mean, like this bit. And in here. And next to these folds. Like everything else, I probably don't want to touch like a lot. I want to ignore most of it. And then we also do some next to these creases. But mostly I want to just ignore the fact that it's there. Like a little bit for the ribbon. Some shading. And besides that, I'm trying to use as minimal color as possible. Like the watercolor already did a lot of work for us. The way I applied it last time, which is good. That's what I wanted. Like a little bit darkness over there. To cover up that watercolor mistake. And I think that should do it. Let me have another look. Like maybe some on that little... like I don't know what it's called. Like what is it called? Not sure. I could look it up, but I don't want to. Like you have a handkerchief that's like a different type of thing, but it's not the same as this. So I don't know how you would call it. Doesn't matter. It's cute. All right, let's do a little bit on the ice cream, like so, like next to those lines. Especially on the left of the ice cream. I want some depth. So you can see that there's ice all around his face even. Like what the heck is he doing? He can't eat, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, I like it like this. Let's see. What else do I want? Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's see. I really like the way it looks already. Like it doesn't need anything else. You could leave it like this. But I did say I wanted sprinkles on the ice cream. Let me grab some gel pens, like a few colors, like a few pastel colors, and then we're gonna put some sprinkles in. All right, I'm back. I took some of my Lengro gel pens, acrylic paint pens, gel pens, like they call it all kinds of stuff. But basically, this is from the highlight set from Lengro. It's the 0.7. I think they're all from the highlight set. Let me check. Yes, they're all from the highlight set, except for this one. This one is a Morandi. So this is Morandi 5. This is a highlight 1, 5, and 6. So those are the 4 colors that I picked out for my sprinkles. So let's zoom back in and do some sprinkles. So what I do usually with these things is I'll grab a piece of paper, usually the one where I also use my paint on, and I'll just scribble to make it work. It works. And then I go in. So I want, like, you've got like we call them spickles here in the Netherlands. And they're like all these tiny stripy bits. And I'm just gonna draw them in like so, all over. Because you sprinkle them literally on it, like everywhere. They just put it on top. Once they're done putting the ice cream on your cone. And that's what I wanted. That's like literally the thing that I imagined when I saw this ice cream. So that's all the purple that I want. I love it already. That was highlight number 6. So let's do highlight number 5, which is a blue tone. So let's scribble again. And let's do it again, but then with blue. I like it already. Spickles. It's like the sweet stuff, basically, like candy stuff. And it's disgusting, actually. I don't like it. If you would give me that today, I wouldn't even eat it. But back in the day, yes, please. Spickles all the way. So let's do the pink one, which is highlight number 1. Let's scribble it again. Yeah, it works really well. Okay, let's do another round. Ooh, that's really fluorescent pink. Well, that's good, because then at least it will pop. It will show up. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like if you put sprinkles on. Sprinkles? Is that it? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Let me know if you know what I mean. What is it called in English? And then last but not least, we're going to add in some yellow from the Morandi set. And it is number 5. So let's scribble that one. And let's add in a few more stripy bits. I'm not sure if it will even show up. A little bit will show up. It's fine. Just add it in. I like it. Like, yay! Let's also put a little bit over there. Alright, that's what I wanted. This is what I envisioned when I started this page. Like the sprinkles on top. Oh, I like it. I love it, actually. It's like the fun extra bit at the end, you know what I mean? Like the party. I love it. Like the ice cream doesn't pop as much, but still, like maybe because it's too similar tone to the background. I do like it. I want some more depth. So maybe I should add a little bit more on the left, like darkness on the left. I mean, let's see, what shall I do? I think I'm just going to go for the red tone. Let's do it. Pale Geranium Lake, 121. Let's see if that works. Don't smear the sprinkles. Try to be safe. Let's do it like this. Just shade the left side so it pops more. You know, like what we did with the other tone, but now with the red on top. So then hopefully it will pop a little bit more. Because I don't like the fact that it doesn't pop as much. I think that's more than enough. Yeah, I think that worked. That worked. Hallelujah, that worked. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Did I? Does he have a tongue? Yes, a tongue. He has his tongue on the ice cream. Hold up. We're not done yet. Dark Flash, 130. He has a tongue on his eyes. Like, look at that. That's his tongue, isn't it? Let's also put some red. The Pale Geranium Lake, 121. He has his tongue on his ice cream. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Love it. Yes. That is amazing. I love it. Like the details hidden in the picture. Like, look at them. I love it. Yeah, he really springs out. She doesn't as much. Like, she is like bit like, yeah, I'm there, but I'm not really there. But he is like popping out of the scene, and that's what I wanted. Like, he's my favorite, this little dude. He is my favorite, the little guy. What is his name again? Like, the girls are Pepino and Pupuri. See, Pupuri, Pepino. And the little one is called Chiro. Chiro and Pepino. That's what these are, I think. Yes, because Pepino is the one with the green eyes. That's the right one. So this is Chiro and Pepino, people. I love it. I'm not going to touch these windows. I'm just going to leave them because they're not important. We don't want attention on those. We don't need anything on those. So this is where I'm going to leave it for today. So I'm going to put it in frame like this. And I'm going to put my color scheme next to it, just in case you might want to screenshot it now if you just popped in. So yeah, that's everything for this one. Then I had a thought about what I might want to do for next month. And I am thinking of doing one that I don't like again, because this one I really love. And we already done so much in the summer section, because the next one is autumn. So is it autumn next month? That's also a good question. Is it autumn next month? Because if so, we could do an autumn page. Maybe we could do this one, like the first one. That would be good. Like, that is simple to do. Like, that one I really like, so I might want to skip that one. That one will be good for November, for like a Thanksgiving. Let's have a look together, shall we? We've already done that one. We got more Halloween for October. We're gonna do those in October. Like, that one is really cute, but a lot of work. So maybe not the pizza page. I do really like it. Like, we got another one for maybe November as well, because in November we have the November Met Tea Party. So we might be able to do maybe that one then. But I don't know. Like, it also depends on what the group picks out. That one I'm going to do last, I think. I really like the double, but we don't have time. And then we have winter. Okay. I think if I have to pick one from the autumn section, it would either be this one or Let's have a look. Yeah, I would say the pizza one. The pizza one or the one with the carrots. The apples, probably. I think they're apples by the size of them. So those are the two that I'm thinking about if I want to do one from the autumn section. But if I don't want to do an autumn one, then I might want to do this circus page because I don't really like it that much. And otherwise I will do, where is that steampunk one? There's another steampunky one. It's probably somewhere here. Yeah. Is it not in the back? I missed it completely, I guess. I think it's in the back of the book, the steampunk one that I'm thinking of. Like in the beginning, we already did a lot as well, so no. Like, so you can vote for the circus, because I'm going to make it a vote. Circus. Autumn. So that's this one, autumn. Then we have pizza. That's number 3, pizza. Or steampunk. Where's steampunk? Where's Mr. Steampunk? It is somewhere here. Mr. Steampunk. Where are you? So I give you 4 options to choose from. Mr. Steampunk. So that's number 4. So number 4, Mr. Steampunk. 3, pizza. Number 3, autumn. Or the circus. So those are 4 options. Leave them in the comments if you want to vote. And if you are not voting, is this one from today? Yes, it is. Okay, let's put it back. And if the votes are not coming in, I will just make my own decision. But if you have a preference, leave your vote in the comment section. And I'll take that into consideration of which one to do from those 4. So yeah, it also depends, you know, like, because we always get 2 months for Amy's group, but I always do 1 each month. So that's why I say you have 4 options, because I can't decide which one to do. Like, I'm tempted to do the steampunk one because I don't like it as much. But at the same time, do I really want to do that one? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I'll let you also have a finger in it. So leave your votes in the comment section. And I will see you for my next video, whatever that might be. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.